Hello, Frankies. Welcome to another short but interesting episode, the parable of Judas Iscariot. You will have an opportunity to test the longing of your heart one day. The expectations of your heart will be granted one day. But I pray that when they are granted, when the answers have come, and when you've tasted what you've always wanted to taste, you will like the taste. Welcome to the parable of Judas Iscariot. Judas Iscariot was one of the 12 disciples of Jesus Christ. He had the opportunity, he had the calling, he had the privilege. He worked miracles, he preached the kingdom of heaven, he casted out devils. In other words, Judas Iscariot experienced raw grace, raw power, and of course, he worked with the master. As a matter of fact, Judas Iscariot was an executive member of the council or association of the pioneer disciples of Jesus Christ. In other words, he was an exco, senior exco in the team of the founding apostles of faith. One day, Judas prayed a prayer point and said, "Oh God, just like you blessed Jabez and enlarged his coast, I want to have money." That was the prayer of Judas Iscariot. Let's go to the scriptures. Matthew 26. I will read from verse 14 to 16. Then one of the 12, called Judas Iscariot, went to the chief priests and said, "What are you willing to give me if I deliver him to you?" And they counted out to him 30 pieces of silver. So from that time, he sought opportunity to betray him. Judas prayed the chief priest for 30 pieces of silver. Again, Judas sought opportunity to betray Jesus. His prayer, his expectation, his request, all were granted. But that is not all. After Judas has gotten the money, he did not eat it. That is the beginning of the parable of Judas. So Judas saw the money he wanted, but he did not spend it again. Judas saw his master being betrayed, an opportunity he has been longing for, has been praying for. But he later changed his mind and did not want him to be betrayed again. So Judas had opportunity to enjoy life and live happily ever after. But he still went and took his own life. And here is the end of the parable of Judas Iscariot. It is one thing to desire a thing. It is another thing to face the consequence of the desire. I hope you enjoy the parable and you use it to advise yourself. See you in the next episode.